Hello, this is Andrew Palladino, and I'm here to explain the 5 candle mastery indicator in TradingView. So I currently have two versions of the indicator. One of them has a built-in system where you'll actually see buy and sell signals, and you'll be able to adjust the risk and also a forward test. And another version is the indicator alone with no buy and sell signals. So currently you're seeing the strategy version, the system. And here is a very good example of how the indicator works. As soon as you get a fractal high in this case, you will see the indicator will wait 5 bars, and if the signal is still valid, you'll get a green vertical bar, meaning there's a buy setup. But in order for it to trigger a buy, it needs to break above that fractal, and it did. It bought 7,759 units, and it closed here, and the close at the moment is based on the red moving average, so it will close as soon as price crosses below that red moving average. Okay, and let me kind of go over the inputs here. So you can turn off the alligator lines if you don't want to see them, the moving averages. That should have worked. Show alligator lines. It's interesting. For some reason, when I had both of them on there, it wasn't working correctly. You only want to have one indicator, like one of them on a screen. So you're either going to use the 5 candle mastery system or the 5 candle mastery indicator. In this case, I'll be demoing the 5 candle mastery system. So you can turn these turn the alligator lines on and off. You can change the simple moving averages to exponential moving averages if you want. And you can also change the moving average periods. I just decided to add that in there just for additional flexibility. You'll see that for some of these pairs, the indicator may not, these moving averages may not be ideal because of the volatility of the pair, so you may want to adjust those a little bit, but that's all user preference really. So these are the current things, current input parameters the user can change. If you go to properties, this is everything related to the strategy, so you can change your initial capital. You can pyramid, meaning currently it's defaulted to allowing only one order, but if you wanted to, for example, take 2, 3, 4 orders, where you may have multiple setups occurring while you still have the first order open, that will allow you to take to basically add on to the position. Currently it's just defaulted to 1. Down here you can set the order size, right, currently is set to 10% of equity. So basically for every single position, I am trading 10,000 units of that particular pair. And I haven't really played around with these, but you can add slippage and commission. You can add commission also as a percentage, or per order or per contract. You can change this as well. You can make this contracts US dollar or percent of equity. Currently it's just defaulted to percent of equity. Style, I think style is important because what you can do here is actually you can uncheck any of the moving averages individually. You can make the moving averages thicker. You can change the transparency of the moving averages, and you can do that on all the other indicators that are displayed on the plot. I mean, some people may find this a little too busy, so they may want to maybe reduce the transparency on the buy line and on the sell line. That could be, a way to declutter the chart a little bit, but still see the lines, and they're just a little more faded. You can change the fractal, it can be above, below bar. You can change the way the fractal looks. So this is all standard trading view properties. So this is a good example of a buy trade. Let me just show you one more thing here. This is a strategy tester, so this only works for strategy. If you click on strategy tester, you can see how the indicator performed in the recent past, and how far it goes back really depends on the time frame you're on. So for the 60-minute chart, it seems like it goes back all the way to 2015, and you can see all the trades it took. Performance summary, this is just standard statistics on how the strategy performed for a particular setup. So this is why I like the strategy part, how I like to integrate strategies, because you can kind of see how the indicator performed over time on a particular pair. Disclosure, they're just not gonna, it's not gonna look this pretty for all the pairs. We could cycle through and kind of see, but most of the pairs, there's this indicator. Obviously it's a system that's gonna perform really well in trending markets, but as soon as markets go sideways, you may get a lot of false entries, a lot of stop outs. I think it's expected, but it's doing it. It performs fairly well in most indicators. So let me just kind of go through most of these pairs. All right, so let me see if I can find a short example. So this is a short entry that got stopped out. So we have a fractal low here. It waited 5 bars. On a 5th bar, it gave me a red bar, meaning there could be a setup, and then basically at this point we're just waiting for the triggered entry, which is a sell at the fractal low, and in this case we got stopped out right away as soon as price crossed back above the red line. So there are going to be instances where you will only see the red line, and what that means is the setup was there, but it never triggered. Okay, so in these cases, the setup just never triggered. You never got that break above, you never got that break below. This is another example where it was looking for this fractal low here, the setup triggered here, but the setup there was a setup here, but it just never broke down. This is an example of a buy that got stopped out fairly quickly. Setups that never triggered. This one here is a short that didn't Yeah, these are shorts that failed. So yeah, I mean, you're going to get a lot of stop outs with this system, but I think the important part of it is being able to get, you know, trends. This could have been a really nice setup. I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, this didn't trigger because price dropped below this moving average here, so it kind of canceled. It canceled the setup. So that is about it. That is about it. I think I've covered everything. Let me know if you have any questions.